Well, hello, this is what we're going to be making today, these gorgeous flatbreads. I've got much else to say, except let's get cooking. Right, good morning and welcome to my channel. My name's John from Cooking Around the World. Today we're going to be focusing on flatbreads. Now the reason why I'm focusing on breads are because when they're fresh they taste absolutely superb. So that's the main reason. Second reason is because they're so versatile. You can have flatbreads with soup, you can have flatbreads with a nice curry, and you can have it with hummus and baba ganoush, my favourites. So with all these different combinations, it's got to be a good idea. So we're going to start by getting our yeast going. Right, here I've got 180 mils of warm water, and I've added 1 teaspoon of raw sugar, and I'm just going to dissolve that until all the granules have disappeared. Right, now that that's all combined, 1 teaspoon of yeast, and let's get that well combined, and we're going to leave it for around about 10 minutes, 15 minutes until it starts foaming. Right, that's foaming nicely now, so we know that yeast is alive, so we'll put that to one side and we will measure out 350 grams of plain white flour. Alright, to this we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt and just stir that through. Now I'm going to mix this all up in a bread maker, mainly because I'm lazy, and it does a much better job of kneading than my manual process. So firstly, let's put the liquid into the bin of the bread maker. Right, just pour that in, and to this we're going to add our rice bran oil, so 2 tablespoons. Now we can add our dry ingredients, and I'm just going to do this gently, 1 spoonful at a time, and I'll come back when I've added all of that. Right, I've now put that into my bin, and now I'm going to put this into the bread maker, and I'm going to set it on the pizza dough setting, which will give me a good 12 to 14 minutes of kneading and a half-hour rise. Right, our dough is all ready now, so I'm just going to flour this board, and then we'll turn our dough out onto it. There we are. Take that out of there, we won't need that in the flatbreads, I hope. I've just knocked this back to get as much of the air out of it as possible, and we're going to divide this into 6 pieces. There we are. And then we're just going to form them into wee balls. And then what I'm going to do is roll them out, but I need them to relax a bit. So I'll finish up here. We'll leave them for around about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'll get the rolling pin out. Right, let's get one of these going. So just press it down. Keep it as round as possible. I find it extremely difficult to get them to stay round, but whilst you're doing this, make sure you've got a pan on the heat with 1 teaspoon of oil in it, and you want it a medium high heat. Don't want it really high because otherwise it's going to cook or burn on the outside before it's cooked through. You want these about 8 inches approximately. There we are. That one's ready. Once my pan's fully heated, we'll pop that in. Okay, let's get this in. You can see it bubbling just around there, which is an indication we've got it just at the right heat. We'll leave that for about 5 minutes and then we'll have a look underneath, see how it's going. Just going to turn the camera back on so you can see what you should be expecting. You see how it's puffing and creating air underneath, and that will create the pocket inside the bread. See, it's coming up here. Once it's almost entirely done, that's when we can flip it over. Okay, I think that's just about ready, so let's it's not heating as even. We're going to have to move this around. See, this part here didn't get heated as much as the rest. Well, you learn. We'll give that about 4 or 5 minutes and then out we go, and in with the next one until I've done all 6. Okay, here's our flatbread, looking very, very nice, I must say. That is beautiful. I'm lucky I've got a beautiful chicken curry that is going to have this flatbread wrapped around it in around about 2 hours. Well, look, I hope you make these flatbreads. Very easy to make and so rewarding to eat fresh flatbreads with anything. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you on my next recipe.